Many people think if I change my outside appearance, I will feel more confident, I will look better, I will be better, I will do better. What's internal is an aesthetic itself. If you feel good aesthetically, the look will come. It is more than skin deep.
What a man thinketh, so is he. This podcast will help you rise to your potential. With a mindset shift, you will put your skills and talents to the highest use and shine with a spirit of excellence. We are building a leadership community, a hub for the leaders of today and tomorrow, because it's time for a mindset shift that will lead to a paradigm of wealth, health, spirituality, and relationships. Please welcome Lady Doris Choto.
This is the Mindset of Excellence podcast. And in this podcast, we interview amazing, inspirational, authority-driven, strategic business women, entrepreneurs who are making changes in the business world. Today, we've got Berbs, amazing Berbs. And I was just thinking about the title of this podcast. So it's Authority Over Aesthetics, the Business of Confidence, Ethics and Power with Berbra Spurgeon. I love it. So today's conversation will absolutely change how you see aesthetics forever, because what it is and what if beauty was never about appearance, but about authority. I am joined by a woman redefining the entire industry clinically and powerfully. So we've got Berbra Spurgeon on the stage, and I am just going to say the first part of this authority and industry disruption. Wow. I'm just going to say, just introduce yourself and say to the audience who you are, your full name, please.
My name is Berbra. So Berbs is short for Berbra, but no one has ever called me that apart from my mom when she's annoyed. But my name is Berbs, and I'm a registered nurse prescriber. I've been in nursing for over 25 years. In terms of aesthetic, I've been in aesthetic for 16 years plus, having my own clinic, but working for beforehand for a lead clinic, which is now no longer skin clinic. I was one of the lead nurse of the clinic in Norwich. And apart from having my clinic, I am a mom, but I'm also the regional director of Global Women Club of Norwich. And so that's me, really.
That's amazing. And, just having the conversation before we came on this live session, and just thinking about what you say about aesthetics, it is about authority, not appearance. What does that really mean in a world obsessed by looks? What would you say?
I think aesthetic itself, it is true. It is more than skin deep, because many people comes and think if I change my outside appearance, I will feel more confident, I will look better, I will be better, I will do better. There is that side of things. It is true that our appearance play a vital role of how we appear to the world. However, aesthetic itself is more how you make yourself feel before you look. If you feel good aesthetically, the look will come. We can change looks on the outside, but what's internal is an aesthetic itself. And we have to marry them together to make the whole, ourselves being one and be whole, the internal and the external as well. And before I inject anyone, we dive into how you feel inside and the reason you want to embark on a external change. That's what I would say.
Thank you. And what are the biggest lies that aesthetics industry is selling right now? What would you say?
There's so many myths. Yeah, there's so many myths, and that's why I want to embark on this journey to demystify all the myth and debunk all the myth around aesthetic, because there is either misinformation or under information out there by aesthetic. Everyone thinks if I have any external work, I will look different, or I will look like someone on social media or on the TV. It will change my face completely. But that is not true. Saying that, there are people that use the treatment to change completely their face, or they go a little bit overboard, like everything in life. But you can have aesthetic and still look like yourself, however, but more refreshed. And that's all. We cannot stop aging. Just because we're aging doesn't mean that we have to look old or feel old. And that's where a good aesthetic comes into play.
Wow. So, what would you say separates a medically led aesthetic clinic from a commercial one? And why should clients care?
I think they should care because is this like every business out there? You can be in any sales, you can sell anything, but it's where your heart is, and that's where you come medical. Because when we take an oath in medics, whether you're a nurse, whether you're a doctor, or whatever medical profession you're in, you take an oath to do no harm, an oath to make someone feel better, look better, whether you're a surgeon or whatever you may be. So that is where the difference is between commercial and medical, because we're not only just delivering a treatment, just come and inject it and go, but we care deeply, and we want to make sure that the treatment that we're offering or giving is it's good for the person. It is coming from a good heart. If they don't need the treatment, it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no, because that's what we're there for, to do no harm to someone else. And that's the difference between a commercial and a medically lead, because medical lead with the heart and medical, so.
Wow, that is really helpful to understand. And what would you say the most dangerous trend you are seeing going on, and what people don't realize could harm them?
I think the dangerous, I won't say about dangerous trend, but I think with any social media, many people think that we can change our looks to look like someone else. And that is the most important thing to understand, that we cannot change ourselves just because I want to look like you, I want to look like Haley Berry. That is just not going to happen. Our internal bone structure are not made the same. We may have similarities, but we will never look like an actor or an actress, or just because social media has portrayed that if you do this, I will look like that. Even if you have surgery, you won't look like someone else. Your features are not the same, and our DNA is not the same. And I think that the dangerous trend is the wannabes, where you want to look like someone else, and we have to accept it is not possible. That is one of the dangerous you see.
Yeah, and you know what you're saying is so true. And it does come with complications when someone comes and they want to look like an actress or look like somebody else. And you specialize in complications, don't you? So what's one case that changed how you practice forever? Is there one case that you think?
I've never really, I'm blessed. I've never had any complication of my own. However, I have sorted out complication from other practitioners in the past. So, and that's the scary part. But I'm willing to help, because it's not for the practitioners, for the patient, the client itself. So for me, I'm blessed. I don't have that complication, but I have sorted out others' complication. And it's very scary.
It is, and that takes a gift. It takes love. It takes sensitivity and compassion to really work at putting things right where things have been not been done correctly. So, what should every woman ask before allowing anyone to inject their face or inject any part of their body?
I think it's fair to say you need to ask the person, and you need to know how long the person is, whether they medically trained, what their background, what their specialty is. Because if I want plastic surgery, I'm not going to go to a neurologist or an orthopedic. If I want a plastic surgeon, I'm going to go to a plastic surgeon. So if you then became butch, you'll know why. It's not that the surgeon was not good. You just went to the wrong specialty.
Absolutely. And hearing what you're saying is actually this business is about confidence, right? And how did Berbs Clinic as a luxury and ethical in a competitive market, how did you position the business in that space?
It's such a while. I think for me was the compassion to help others. I've always wanted to do that. I've wanted to be a nurse since I was 10 years old, and now when you get in your fifth chapter of your life, you think, oh my God, it's been 40 years has gone. So my dream was, if I could make someone smile and feel better in themselves, whether with or without treatment, that is a job well done. Because I've worked for a company where it was not about ethics, it was about how we can make more funds. It was work on a financial basis. But I always said, when I had my own clinic, I will not work on a financial basis. It would be just ethics. What I feel right, and if I feel right to deliver that treatment, the clients are entitled to don't like what I said and go to somewhere else to have the treatment if I have refused them. But that is where I am well known for saying no.
Wow.
Yes.
That is amazing. And thank you for that. Just thinking about confidence. What does confidence as a business model look like in practice? Because when you show up, I was just saying before we started, you always look immaculate, amazing. You step in, you're like, yes, there she is. What does that look like? The confidence as a business model, like you are.
I absolutely love. It's always when I write my column in the Global Women article, it's always about confidence, because I just think it's a very, very important aspect of our life. And many people consider, you're so confident, you do it easily. But I always have to remind someone that confidence, we don't gather it. We are born with it. When we're children, we can do anything. We think we can go to space and do everything. We have that confidence. But society sort of dampen our confidence, and it depends what environment you're in. But for me, when a confident person, it doesn't mean not necessarily how I look, but it's, you can feel the fear, but you're still gonna have to do it anyway, because you're the only one that can do it. What do you think you can do? And for me, it's like, yes, there will be fear, there will be doubt, there will be questions, but I'm just gonna go, like I always said, I'm someone that dive in first and figure out how to swim later.
Amazing. I love it. I love it. So, what are your non-negotiables when it comes to a client care, even if it means losing money?
When the client doesn't actually require treatment, and I will say no. If I feel in my heart, there's nothing for me to do to your face, you look fine, I will ask the question why, whether they've split up with their husband or anything underlying. And if I feel you do not require the treatment at this moment in time, or you're going through a bad stage many times, I will just give them a facial and let them go. That isn't for me, because also non-negotiable is when you know someone has got a underlying psychological problem, how they see themselves. No matter how much you inject and how much you do, it will never be right for that person, because what you're seeing is like an anorexic person. They still think they big, because what they are looking at and what I'm looking at is not the same. So if you can distinguish that, you just step away, because it's just gonna it's a spider web. You just don't step over that. You just stop.
And you know what you're saying actually just is tying in with the ethics that you were saying. There are businesses that will do something for money, but you are really valuing how the holistic, global way that an individual is approaching the support that they can get from you. And within that, you are saying sometimes it's better that a client goes and not pay because the change that they are looking for is not outside, is actually within. So how do you attract high value clients who respect quality over price?
I've always been gone by the word of mouth. To be honest, all these years it's been great. It's only the last few years that I went on social media for it, but I think they just found me because the word of mouth is a powerful thing. If you got a good name out there and people respect you, you know you will go far. And that's how you're attracted by your personality, but what you say, about what you do, what you refuse. And that is very attractive to a lot of people. And they know that they're in safe hands. If someone can say no and turn someone away or money away, then that is worth it. Because if I got somewhere and someone refused me a treatment or whatever, and because it has happened actually in the past, then I will value and respect that person. I will come back another time, or I will tell someone else to go to that person, because you know that their opinion is true.
Wow. And you know that those are some of the things that have led to you appearing on this podcast. It is a podcast about mindset. It is a podcast about value and respecting individuals and the authentic way you deal with people. So, what mindset shift took you from practitioner to industry leader?
I think every day, take one step at a time and challenge yourself every day. That if, you know, instead of comparing yourself or myself with anyone else, I have to put in my mind that I am a designer's original. So I cannot compare with myself with anyone else because I'm a designer's original. I cannot be replicated, duplicated, or imitated. So I have to compare myself what I was last year, 5 years ago, and just keep going. What errors, what mistake did I make, and how can I better myself and be better? Not to compare, but with myself, not with anyone else. And I think that is a valuable thing to do for anyone who's listening. Stop comparing with anyone else. Look at
Wow.
yourself, where you were and how far you've come and how far can you go.
Wow. Audience, you hear that? It's your own race. You're competing against yourself. And what you're saying about leveling yourself up from year to year, you are taking an audit and saying to yourself, what can I do to get better? How can I serve? Being a servant leader, being someone who wants the best for your clients. And I am an author and I've written a book called Career Leadership Coaching today. In the next part, we are going to talk about the leadership and how you transformed the global woman space and took the bull by the horns, and you are a director in one of the areas where you are actually making huge impact. So the Global Woman Club, the emotional element that brings women leaders together, and really you being a director, you lead women beyond the clinic. So what happens when women are finally given the space to be heard, and you allowing them and encouraging them to do that? Your mantra, in the mantra that the Global Woman Movement says, give her a microphone. What changes when a woman finds herself in that position? How would you share how you embrace this amazing leadership space and how you inspire others?
It is a wonderful space to be and to share with a lot of other women, because in such a competitive world, many sometimes women are their worst nightmares. They compete with one another. But what I found, that if you position yourself in a space that you find your tribe and your sisterhood. There is no one who's gonna underestimate you or not just question you, but they're there to elevate you. And I've been in many, many women's spaces, like I always said. And when I found Global Women, it was a space that there was no bickering, there was no what's the word, trying to be better than one another. There was just an elevation. And when I meet in directorship, when I have women that came to us in Norwich and they want to speak, they just want to be better. There's no comparison. There will never be a comparison. Even if I've got someone has got a clinic, we will never be compared because we're just different people.
Yes.
And that is something that we need to understand. Whether you're in property, 2 properties, 5 property people in the room, they all bring their own value. They all bring something to the table that maybe I didn't know, maybe I need to improve. No matter what we do, you will never be someone else. And to come to the Global Women, to find these women who is not interested in comparing. They just want to be better. They just
want to be better.
Someone else.
I love it. I love it. And you are actually just saying, when you see a woman come in, step in the room in Norwich for the first time, and you see the difference from when they come and then a week or 2 later, a month later, the change that has happened. Of course, it happens because you are encouraging. The leader in you is not looking at, as you say, comparing. Is everyone has got their strengths. And as a strength, I'm a Gallup accredited strength coach. So as a strength leader, talents, leadership and coaching, you are spurring people on to be who they are. And how does confidence in business then connect to identity, to voice and visibility?
Do you know how I will compare this? Is I always say this. If you look, I will use an analogy for this. If you look at a lion in a jungle, a lion doesn't know that he's a king. He doesn't even know that. He didn't give him a title, human did. But if a lion is focused on his target, he's not the fastest, the biggest, the smartest in the jungle, but he's got to focus and he's going to hit his target. And he's going to do that no matter what it takes. And when you are in a space with a lot of women who's come through, who want to give their voice and want to also lead, they not just want to have their voice heard. A lot of the time they come in so they can lead others and share their experience, share their goal, their passion. And it's something amazing with that when you see all these women. And when they leave or you get feedback of whether they become members or not, but they, you've changed my life. You've transformed my life. Oh, now I feel a bit more confident to do that. It's not just always me. It's the other women in the room. It's the energy of the room that makes the difference. It's not necessarily all me, but everyone else's energies gathered into one will spark something into that person or persons or queens when they leave. You give them a different point of view.
I love it. So touching on what you said about the global women movement, how do people connect? Where do they find you? Where, if somebody said, oh, I really loved what Berbs said in this podcast of Mindset of Excellence and just talking about what you are sharing, where would they find you?
I think I'm on every social media platform, and I don't tend to change my name either. It's always under Berbs. Everything is Berbs. That's why I've got Berbs Clinic, because at first it was a different name. It was My Skin and I, but no one knew my clinic name. They just know me as Berbs. So I thought, if that's the case, I might as well keep everything as Berbs. So on Facebook is Berbs Clinic, on LinkedIn is Berbs, on TikTok is Berbs, on Instagram is Berbs. So it's all on this. But on Global Women Club, it's still on Berbs. And I just love the fact that if you click on Global Women, all the names will come up, and that's where you'll find me. It's always
Okay.
the Global Women or on the Berbs Clinic.
It's amazing. So, to every leader who is listening today, or whenever they listen to the podcast, listening to you, if they could take one step today to reclaim their confidence, reclaim her confidence, reclaim his confidence, what would it be?
I would say sit down for a second, for in silence, and think. Think of just you and imagine you as you, where you were 5 years ago. Remove every title that you have. Strip yourself from every title, mother, leaders, business owners, whatever it may be, and just be with yourself. And if
Wow.
you can see that, what would you expect other people to see you as?
Mhm.
And whatever you want other people to see you as, now take right the first little step. Nothing will come in one go a lot of the time.
Mhm.
It will come in pieces. Because
Mhm.
remember, I would say you don't eat an elephant in one day, little
Sure.
at a time. We'll get to the whole one, but just take a little step at a time, and stop comparing with someone else. Stop
Mhm.
comparing with someone else's where they are in the world, because where they may be, you are my just beginning. You may be at the top of one mountain, but you're at the bottom of the next mountain. So always
Wow.
remember that.
Wow. This is amazing. So at any given time, you may be at the what you're referring as the bottom or the high, but there's always someone who is saying is the bottom of something else. That is truly humbling. So for someone listening who wants safe, expert-led aesthetic treatments, what should they look for and how can they work with you?
I think if you're looking for anyone out there, whether it's me or anyone, just always, I would say, know a little bit of what you want. And when you know what you want, what you're looking for, when you go to your practitioner, whether it's me or any practitioner, always ask, how can you make me feel better?
Mm,
Not look better. How
feel.
can you make me feel better?
I love that.
And when you
Wow.
get that, you know that a lot of people will not make you feel better. But if someone can just speak to you, sometimes it's enough to feel better.
Mm,
And look at their expertise as well. And
mm,
don't be afraid to ask questions. Because
mm.
if they are aware of their ability, they will tell you of their ability. And if they're not able to help you, they will refer you to someone that will help you. And they should be able to tell you, I will not be able to do this treatment for you, but I know someone else that will.
Wow. That is truly inspirational. Thank you. So, do you offer consultation or personalized transformation plans? What does that look like?
I do, because everyone has got their own want to have their own outcomes. So I do offer consultation. It's a half an hour, a consultation, and you can ask as much question as you like, and that is give us a chance to connect with one another and see whether I can offer you that treatment or not, or whether you can benefit from my service, and vice versa, and that person will also, or the client will see whether I am actually the right practitioner for them. So that is how we started with consultation. But there are clients also who's had treatment somewhere else, and they come to me, they are already aware of what they want, but we do have a tailor-made for everyone, each and every one of you, because each and every one don't require the same treatment, the same amount. It's not a syringe for everyone. It's
Mhm.
very, very tailored. Some will need less, some will need more, some will need different treatments. And it's that's how we roll.
That's amazing. So, whilst we are on that question of how you offer consultation or personalized transformation plans, Could you just spell out, whether it's LinkedIn or Facebook, where people can find you? Just spell it out exactly. Some people will be like, oh, I don't know how to spell that. Please.
To book with me, a lot of the time you book via Booksy, which is an online booking platform. And on there you will see all of the treatment. But everything is under Berbs Clinic. On Instagram or Facebook or anything, so it's Berbs. And clinic is as in French. CLINIQUE. So the minute you book a Berbs Clinic, and if you want to book a treatment, it will take you straight to my website, which is also Berbs Clinic, and it will take you straight to Booksy, which is a booking platform, and you can book. Any other question, there is a number that is my secretary that they can ask question, which is 0777 377 6655, and she can answer as much as she can. If she finds that she cannot answer any question, she'll always ask me, or she'll book you for a consultation and we can run through.
That's amazing. That's really lovely. And for professionals wanting to enter the aesthetics properly, do you train? Do you mentor? What does that look like?
I wanted to train, but I didn't. I don't train, but many has come and asked me questions how they can get into it, and I am very open to help them on their transition, and any question that they want to ask me, they do. And many of my clients has actually started their clinic, but I don't train. I just no. I think I'm just want to transition my expertise into other ways.
Mhm.
That's why I wanted to launch a podcast called Behind the Clinic Doors, where I'll interview medical practitioners where they can share their knowledge out there about aesthetics. So yeah, but I don't
Wow.
try at all. But I'm happy if they ring me, they want to know information. I'm happy to share what I know.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. So my next question is about what it looks like working with you at a premium level. Actually, what does that look like? Your highest paying client. What do you do with those people?
I'm just the same with anyone. I'm just friendly, always laughing, and I think when someone comes to you, they come with a mind, but it's only good to just put them at ease and make them feel seen and heard. In regardless of whether you're paying me 100, whether you're paying me 1,000, you're still a valid client. I would treat all with the same respect, all with the same smile, the same jokes. It's very chill. I'm very chill. I don't to be more pretentious about a certain high-end client. It's just we're all the same, and as long as you got the respect and the fun and the laugh, that's good. That's all that we
That's
need in the
very
world.
reassuring. I love that. I love that. So, are there any upcoming masterclasses, events, or exclusive experiences people should know about?
Yeah, I'm organizing some workshops, and I'm getting some other queens to come and talk into the workshop different topics. We got one who's very visible online. He will talk about visibility. We've got one that talks about to transform themselves from hurt, how they rise from the ashes. And my topic is the phoenix rises from the ashes, because I love the phoenix, the transformation from the phoenix. So yeah, so we've got quite a lot on Chamber of Commerce of Norwich, and I just got one to confirm in the coming week. And we also got our Global Women at the Platform Hotel in Norwich, in Hetherseth. That's our monthly Global Women coming up. I'm sure it's the 19th of or 20th of April.
Wow.
So yeah,
Thank
and apart
you.
from that, this will be the launching of my podcast.
That is amazing. So, where should people go right now if they want to experience your work or be part of your community?
Oh, definitely on Global Women Club website. That is one place that they will find. They will find me and find the community that they are seeking and see if that is for them. Apart from that, is on my website and then on Chamber of Commerce. They will find me and Eventbrite. So that is where they'll see all the work going on.
Okay, amazing. So I really think you've answered most of the questions that we prepared. Is there anything that you want to add or elaborate on?
I just think every queen out there that is listening or upcoming, I call us queenagers, not teenagers, but I just think whatever stage you are going into your life, whatever's going on in your life, and a lot of people talk about confidence, just be you. Just be you, find who you are, and stay true to that, and stay true to how you treat other people. If you treat them with
Wow.
love, kindness, and respect, you will get the same back. But if you
Hmm.
choose differently, so don't expect someone to be kind to you if you're not kind to them. And all we need in this world is some love and kindness.
Amazing. That's absolutely beautiful. So, our audience on this podcast, Mindset of Excellence podcast, and your audience who are listening and are going to be listening. So, you listeners, if you've been listening and something has shifted for you, mindset about how you approach the beauty within yourself, whether in how you see yourself, your confidence, or your standards. This is your moment to act. Go and connect with Berbs, learn from her, experience the standard that she's setting, because her standard, as you all heard, is really high. And as she has said, it's not about how much a person pays, you're valued as a client. And she's saying to you, she's available on all social media platforms. And if you can spell out again, just people will not lose the how to get to you because it's crucial. Please spell it out again.
My name is Berbs, so it's Berbs Clinic. That's on Facebook is the same. Instagram is Berbs Clinic. So clinic is as French because obviously I speak French. Um, I'm trilingual. On my website is still Berbs Clinic, CLINIQUE. The number to reach me via my secretary is 0777 377 6655.
Mm.
Or LinkedIn is still Berbs. On TikTok is Berbs Clinic, and on Instagram as well. So all of the social media platform you will find me. And that is me. And I just think to come from, and all I would say to my other listeners is do doesn't matter where you come from, because I was not born with title, with stage, with money. It's you do not be defined by where you come from. I come from Little Island and I've worked my way through to here. If someone said, remember where you come from, or like someone said the other not long ago, oh, you've changed. And I said, yes, I'm glad you noticed because I've worked hard for that change. And don't be restricted by your culture, your family, or anyone that wants to tell you otherwise. If you got your dreams, your goals in front of you, work towards that, and regardless what anyone else can tell you.
Okay, that is amazing. And as you heard, Babs is saying you are a queen. That title is like you are VIP. And you know what? As she offers the VIP aesthetic membership, and she has a community of people who she has worked with inclusively, non-judgmentally, giving expert service. This is somebody who really is striving to make sure that you get the best of what you are looking for, whatever that looks like. You need to have a chance to speak to Berbs and her team. So you know where to find her. And I want to say thank you, Berbs, for taking time to share this space. And because there's so much happening in the background, there's no doubt that we are going to be inviting you to come again to tell us what is going on the next time you show up again. It's been an amazing time just hearing the education, the transformation, the encouragement that you have given the audience. And I want to say thank you very much. Keep shining and making the changes you are doing in the world. Well done.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. Lady D offers one-on-one and group coaching with 10 master keys. These systems and structures will realign you with what you were born to do. Lady D delivers hands-on coaching, training, and mentoring with boldness, empathy, diplomacy, respect, wisdom, and inclusion in a safe environment, breeding true community spirit. Sharpen your strengths, talents, and gifts to avoid pitfalls. Get networked with confidence to excel. Begin your journey today by going to careerleadershipcoachingtoday.com or dorschoto.com.